Okay, let's take a little trip down memory lane and let's see if we remember how to do these three problems. Now, these are just basic examples of division and multiplication and subtraction. I thought I'd throw a subtraction problem in there because it's a little bit more challenging than addition problem. But, some of you out there might, maybe you're in elementary school right now, maybe you're in middle school, high school, college. Maybe you've been out of school for 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, whatever the case is. Um, the further away we get away from uh, arithmetic, this is a skill that we tend to forget. Okay, arithmetic, right? You're like, I don't need this anymore because I got my calculator. Well, in fact, you do need this stuff, right? There's plenty of times where you're not going to be able to use a calculator on an exam, but even more so than that, let's just take this little basic division problem here. The steps that we use to actually get the right answer here is something called the division algorithm. You're like, well, I don't really care what it's called. I just know how to get the right answer. Well, you should, because if you study more advanced algebra, okay, algebra 1, algebra 2, we actually use this division algorithm to work with polynomial division. All right, so we're like, well, you got to really know that these steps, understand them thoroughly to be able to do some advanced algebra problems. Okay, so again, it's all kind of ties in, but it's understandable that our arithmetic skills would decrease over time, right? Because there's that dependency on calculators. But I went to elementary school way back in the 1970s. That was awesome time. I grew up in Southern California, and yeah, it was definitely a different time error because I remember my first grade teacher smoking in the classroom. She was probably saying, "These kids, they're just they're driving me crazy." And yeah, anyways, it was we probably were driving her crazy as well, but it was an awesome time to go to school, at least in my memory. I mean, we had our recess time. I could still remember that today, and that's what, I don't know, 40 years ago, maybe even longer than that. But the bottom line is this, I thank my teachers because I still remember this arithmetic, okay, because we did a lot of it, especially back in those days because, we really didn't depend on calculators. But the bottom line is this, no matter where you're at in your education, you need to know and remember your arithmetic. Now, I will say this much, arithmetic is being taught in a couple different stylistic ways or different approach, depending on what kind of curriculum you're using. I know a lot of people don't have good feelings about Common Core, whatever your stand is on that. The bottom line is this, you need to be able to get the answers on this. So if you've learned arithmetic, if you're kind of a recent student and you learned it in a different way, well, I'm going to go through how to do these particular problems in a more kind of traditional old school way. But the bottom line is that you need to be able to get these answers right, right? So we're just going to look at three simple examples. All right, we're going to do this division problem, we're going to do this multiplication problem, and we're going to do this subtraction problem. I left addition out because I thought subtraction would be more interesting. Now, of course, before we start doing this, I'd rather have you challenge yourself. Just pause the video real quick. These prompts should take you no more than 60 seconds to do. Knock them out real quick, see where you're at, right? But, the main point of this video is not, hey, we're going to do three little prompts here. The main point is to emphasize arithmetic is important in mathematics. It's important that you know this stuff. There's going to be plenty of times where you'll have exams where you are not able to use a calculator. And even division, okay, as you progress in your mathematics. Now, I don't know if you are in algebra or taking algebra 2 or any more advanced course, but we use this to do this problem. We use something called the division algorithm. Okay, now uh, most of you are like, I don't really care what it's called. I just know the steps to do it. Da, 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 da. Well, listen, the division algorithm, we need to know this algorithm because this is very important when we're dividing polynomials, long division, etc. So again, just believe me when I tell you, you got to know your arithmetic, and it's hopefully kind of like riding a bike. Once you start doing this stuff again, you'll be like, okay, now I remember how to do it, right? You just will hopefully come back to you. So, we're going to look at these three problems. Of course, I'm going to do them step by step here. in just 1 second, but this won't be fun unless you try them yourself, of course, without the aid of a calculator. But we'll get to these problems in just 1 second. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher, and over several years, I've constructed what I like to believe is one of the best online math help programs there is. Of course, I'll let you be the judge of that. If you're interested, you could check out my math help program by following the link in the description of this video. But basically, I have 100 plus different math courses ranging from pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2. I'm going to be launching pre-calculus here shortly. But I also do a lot in the area of test preparation. So if you're studying for the GED, SAT, ACT, GRE, GMAT, ASVAB, AccuPlacer, CLEP exam, ALEX exam, teacher certification exam, any number of exams, let me help you prepare. Just go to my website and check out my full course catalog. If I do not have the exam you're studying for, drop me a line and I'll help you out the best I can. I also do a lot with independent learners like homeschoolers. So if you homeschool, I've been working with homeschoolers for 15 plus years. I have a great homeschool learning system, so you might want to check that out. And then obviously help those of you that are just struggling in your math courses. Now, if you are truly serious about wanting to learn math, then you have to be serious about this. Okay, over decades of teaching math, it's apparent to me those students who work hard, okay, take great math notes, they end up with like excellent grades almost all the time, right? And the reverse is true. Those students who like to check out their cell phone, talk to their buddies in class, and pretend that they're taking notes, but really in actuality, what are they doing? They're doing their homework for another class. Listen, I did all these things way back in the good old 1980s, except for the cell phone part. We didn't have cell phones. But listen, if you want to be successful in anything, you've got to focus and put in the work. And when it comes to math, that means taking excellent notes. But as you're improving, you still need something to study from because you don't have notes from the previous materials. So I offered detailed comprehensive math notes to include pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, trigonometry. You can find the links to those notes in the description of this video. All right, so here's our three problems. Again, I'm going to do this in a kind of old school way, the way I was taught. Now, the way I'm going to do these steps, okay, may not be the exact way that you're going to do them, but it doesn't make a difference as long as you get the answer right is what counts, because there is a little stylistic different ways, formats and stuff that you could be taught. Now, if you're going to do this in a completely different way, as long as the way you were taught and you can get the right answer, again, that's what counts, all right? But I'm going to do it the way I was taught way back in the good old 1970s in Southern California. All right, so let's get to it. And maybe we go to my first problem. Let's just start off with this division problem. And here we go, all right? So I'm not going to be teaching you full-on division here. That's a whole nother deal for 61. All right, so we're going to take 461 and we're going to divide it by 3. Let me draw that a little bit better. So what do we do? Well, I'm going to be like, okay, 3, I'm going to look at this first number. Can 3 go into that first number? Yes, it goes into it, what, 1 time. So I'm doing right now what we call the division algorithm, right? 3 goes into 4, 1. Then I have my answer. I'm going to put it over this 4 spot, right? I'm going to go 1 times 3. That's 3. Okay, then what do I do now? I'm going to subtract, right? Then I'm going to go, or 3 take away 4, 4 minus 3, that is 1. Okay, so that's like the first step. I'm like, all right, now I'm going to ask myself, can 3 go into this 1? No, it cannot. So what do? I need to drop down that 6, that next digit. Okay, so I bring down that 6. Now I'm going to say, oh, can 3 go into 16? Oh, indeed it can. 3 goes into 16 5 times. So I'll put a 5 there. And then I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to go 5 times 3 is 15. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract, right? So hopefully this is kind of like, oh yeah, I remember this. All right, I get a 1 right there. Okay. Then I'm going to ask myself again, can 3 go into 1? No, it cannot, right? 3 cannot go into 1. So I'm going to take that 1. I'm going to drop it way down over here, right there. Okay. So can 3 go into 11? Yes, it can. How many times? Well, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So it's going to be 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and take away, subtract there. I have 2. Can 3 go into 2? No. Hey, but there's no more numbers to drop down, so you are done. So the answer is 153 remainder 2. Okay, now of course you can put that as 2/3, but this is the answer. And if you got that right, I will have to give you a little happy face and a check mark, and we'll give you like 3 stars. I don't know if you remember way back in the good old days, elementary school. I remember this is probably like 1976. The teacher giving you a bunch of stars, and for being on time and doing all the things you were supposed to be doing. It was a great feeling. So if you got this right, good stuff, right? So that's the first problem. And now let's move on to our second problem. All right, now our second problem is multiplication. And now these are very easy problems. I don't want to, do like triple digit, like 4-digit number times the 3-digit. I would just take too long. So let's just go ahead and do this one here. 122 times 5. Okay, so what do we do? All right, well, again, some of you might have learned this a little bit different way, but first thing is you got to multiply these numbers. So 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, great. Do I put 10 right here? No, you do not put 10. What we're going to do is going to put that digit 0 right there, right? Then I'm going to carry the 1. So this 1 and 0 is my 10. All right, that's the answer. Now, okay, I just did this. I'm going to multiply this way again. So 5 times 2 is 10. But now I'm going to add this little 1 because I carried this 1 over, okay? So 10 plus 1 is what? That's 11. So I'm going to put this digit right there, and then I got to carry that 1 again. So 5, I'm going to go ahead and continue the process. 5 times 1 is 5. I'm going to add that 1, that's 6. So that's 610. That is the final answer. Okay, so if you got that right, let's give you another check mark, and we'll throw in a couple more stars for good order. All right, let's go ahead and finish up with our last problem. So I got 967, and I'm going to subtract 89 from that number. Okay. All right, so what do I do? Well, this is not addition, this is subtraction, okay? So first thing is I'm going to focus on this column. Now, can I take 9 away from 7? No. If I have, let's just look at it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 items here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items right here. Can I take 9 items away from those 7 items? No, I cannot. We're not dealing with like positive and negative numbers here. Like, well, what do I do here? I can't take 9 away from 7. There's not enough things to take 9. I need at least 9 things to take 9 away, so I'm confused. Well, what we need to do is borrow. Okay, so this little 6 right here, we're gonna borrow some numbers from it, or some digits. Okay, we're gonna talk. All right, 6. I'm gonna make you into a 5, and I'm gonna put a 1 right there. Okay. Now again, how you learn this or the format that you're using, as long as you're getting the right answer, that's all I care about. So now I have a little 17. This little 1 and 7, that's a 17. Now, can I take 9 away from 17? Absolutely. Yeah, what's my answer there? Well, I believe that answer is going to be 8. Okay. All right. So 9 take away 9 from 17 is 8. Okay, so now I'm good here. So now I'm going to bring my attention to this second column. So I'm asking myself, can I take 8 from 5? No, I can't. It's like this situation. I don't have enough numbers here, so I'm going to have to borrow again. I'm going to cross that 9 out. I'm going to make that into an 8, and I'll keep that as a 15. Okay, so can I take away 8 from 15? Yes, I can. All right, so what's that answer? That will be 7. Okay, so 8 take away, or 15 minus 8 is 7. Now, what's left here? I just have nothing left, right? Because I already did my little subtraction with these 2 digits. So that little 8 is just going to plop right down right there. So my answer is 878. And that is it. Okay, so if you got all 3 of these guys right, then I must give you multiple stars and a mohawk. Okay. Yes, we did actually have mohawks in the 1980s. I don't see them anymore. but maybe I don't get out enough. But the bottom line is with in the 1980s, we used a lot of hairspray. Okay, it was probably quite dangerous back in those days with people's hair. A lot of hairspray probably wasn't good for the atmosphere as well. But the bottom line is, we thought it was pretty cool, and it's excellent and very cool if you got all three of these problems right. And you just like, yep, I remember I had great elementary teachers. Listen, no matter what teachers you've had in life, you truly need to appreciate them, okay? Because somebody taught you this stuff, right? Like it just didn't just fall into your brain, right? And you have to really appreciate that. If you have these basic skills, then that's excellent. Even like my good old teacher way back in the good old 1970s, um, I want to say her name was Miss Pete. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive. I mean, listen, I think all my teachers, some of you might feel like I had bad teachers, I had good teachers. Listen, anyone who was trying to teach you something, try to have an appreciation for them, right? Teaching, I can tell you right now from personal experience, is not an easy job whatsoever, right? It's very, very challenging, okay? But there's a lot of personal rewards to it as well. So, anyways, what's the whole point of this video? Well, a couple things. One, okay, freshen up on your arithmetic if you're a little bit rusty on it, because you're going to need it, especially if you're planning on learning math or taking more mathematics in your life. Even if you're not going to, if you're just watching this for the heck of it, still, see what you can remember, right? Because in practical application or practical terms, you still need arithmetic. It's very, very important, right? And the second point that I would want to make is that whoever taught you this and how they taught you that, have an appreciation for them, for not only your math teachers, for anybody who's ever helped you along in life. Okay, I think that's a good attitude that all of us can learn from, because gratitude is an excellent attitude. All right. Now, with that being said, if in some small way you enjoy this video, please consider smashing that like button. That helps me out. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. I've been on YouTube for 10 plus years. I have over 1,000 plus videos. If you like my teaching style, I have a lot of videos, basic to advanced mathematics, organized in various playlists. Okay, so please, and I'm posting new content all the time, take advantage of that stuff, right? My mission is to try to teach math in a clear and understandable way. No one should be failing math, okay? If you're doing your part, taking great notes, talking to your math teacher, there's a ton of free resources out there that you can, learn from. So if you like my teaching style, you want me to teach you math, hey, that's what I love to do. Hey, here, please watch my videos, okay? But again, my best math help will be in my math help program, tremendously comprehensive. So if you really do want to take it to the next level with my instruction, this is where you'll want to go. But with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.